right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 731 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And before I get into this episode, I want to get your feedback. And I think I know which angle I'm going to go at with this. I try to upload these videos maybe around, or these episodes. I talk about videos because of YouTube. I try to upload these episodes around 9:30 every evening. But I notice a lot of you guys like to watch and or listen in the morning. And I used to put the videos up the following morning, in early or in the episodes, maybe around episode 300 or so. I used to put the episodes up around, let's say 9, 10 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. I may just go back to do that because I notice a lot of people like to listen around that time. People just get up in the morning, they'll listen to the show or whatever the case may be. So that may be an option, or I'll just continue just to upload it right now like I normally do in the evening, but it kind of get pushed back down in the algorithm because it's 12 hours that nobody's really known, that other content is up. So I'd rather just put it out when most people are looking for the content, and it's usually in the morning because I noticed there's like an uptick like in the morning. So let me know what you guys think, but I am leaning towards just uploading these episodes in the morning. It'd be like the first thing you guys listen to. But I do appreciate everybody who listens and or watch. I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here, welcome. I can be found also on YouTube, Rumble, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. But you can listen to the show on various platforms. I can be followed on Twitter or X at VF Baller. The website is firstandframerates.com. And if you want to support the show, in a different fashion, as far as monetary value, CashApp and PayPal links are below. Definitely will be appreciative if you don't mind supporting that way. But let's go ahead and get into this. Taylor Heinicke, he's been injured. Didn't know that he was injured, but he's been out for the second practice, from what I heard, from what I'm reading. And it is really interesting to see about this or hear about this. So what does this mean? Heinicke is probably still going to play. I don't see them, not letting him play. He's probably, can continue to ride that wave of, victories. If we can, get a couple of victories out of this for the rest of the season, he's probably our best chance to win these games. But what happens if he does go down? I mean, the ankle injury is nothing to play with, especially with the type of quarterback he is and just quarterbacks in general. Every time you drop back, you're going to have an issue, planting on that foot, just dropping back or moving around. It could be an issue. Is there a possibility that we may see Desmond Ridder again? Or do Desmond Ridder get benched for Logan Woodside? Is he on the active roster? And Logan Woodside didn't look too bad in the preseason, but I'm not sure if he's game day ready. I mean, I just don't know the situation there. Because the first thing I thought about when I looked at this, okay, Heinicke has ankle injury. He's being limited in practice. What does that say if, he falls wrong or he plants that foot the wrong way, or it just, is, what just happens if football happens, Do we see Desmond Ridder again? If that's the case, you can kiss the season goodbye. Because, not a knock on Ridder. I just don't see him having the confidence to even try to win 2 games, let alone get through a quarter without turning over the ball. That's just what we're dealing with here. So with that being said, this could be a nightmare opportunity if Heinicke is not protected. And some people may say, oh, it's already a nightmare. We're not making the playoffs, whatever. Listen. If you're a fan of this team, you want this team to win every game that they compete in, no matter who's on the field. If you're a real fan of this team, you would never want your team to lose in any situation. But I get it and I understand. A lot of people, and I know I'll probably get some backlash for this, but it's true. A lot of people around here that are in the world of the Falcons fan, or the Falcon fan atmosphere, they have a loser mentality. It makes sense when you really think about it. We were a quarter away from winning the Super Bowl. You can make the case that we were a few minutes away from winning the Super Bowl until they came back and the Patriots came back and beat us. We needed one. They really just needed one stop, and we probably could have won that game. But that situation broke a lot of people. Yeah, I mean that's just how the mentality is. I know some people may not want to agree with that or believe that, but that's true. So when you see something ain't going right immediately, well, let's just try to get a higher draft pick. Winning games is messing up our draft pick. And you know what happens with a lot of people? We even get that draft pick. They get mad because they don't pick the person that they want, or they get mad because the person that we drafted may not be good enough, and the cycle continues. Oh, we may need to get another top pick. We may need to get another high draft. No, let me tell you what should happen. And I don't have all the answers, but I think I can speak for a lot of people who have competed in sports in any way, form, or fashion. If you competed in sports in any form or fashion, you go out there and you win every game that you compete in. And I want this team to go out swinging. I want them to win every game. And I put the trust into the front office, whoever it may be in the future, to pick right, whether it be the 4th pick overall, the 8th pick overall, the 15th pick. I don't even care. We get the 32nd pick overall to start the first round. I want to trust the front office that they could pick the right person at that position based on what we need on the team. So it doesn't matter if you get like the top 2 or 3 picks. In some cases, they don't pan out. Sometimes they don't. So it's just all about creating a culture of winning here. You got guys that are here that really can be really affected by not winning these 2 games. And they want to go out there with pride and do everything they can. So with Taylor Heinicke being down or possibly being down, that really can hinge on a lot of players that are really trying their best to possibly come to this team or want to be a part of this organization, or people want to stay on the team because you don't want a teammate that has a loser mentality. Just say, for instance, I'm just breaking it down like this. Say if you were running a podcast, or say if you was running any type of thing, and I would like to say, podcast, because I do this more than anything outside of my regular job. Let's just say that you were in a situation where you're running a podcast and you got other people with you, but every time you get on the mic and you start, recording or doing your show, you got one person over there just has like this negative attitude about the podcast, and they just want to feel like, well, this podcast ain't going nowhere, so I'm just here just to see it all burn down. Or they're just here and they're not giving their full effort. Or they're just here just not to, they're just here just to, be around. They're not really giving you their all. How would that make you feel? What if you're at work and you dealing with someone that's not necessarily pulling their weight at work? How would that make you feel? You know what I mean? So it's like, and even as a fan, would you go sit in the crowd and watch a team just give up play after play after play? I'm not saying like, okay, you got players on the team that's just not good enough and they're trying, but they just get beat. No, just people that's just not giving a damn, and they're just going out there and just let the other team score so they can lose and get a better draft pick. You know what? If those players that are giving up like that, look, a draft pick is going to replace you, let alone worrying about the team itself getting a better draft pick. Because at the end of the day, if you're the reason why you're just going to be there and playing slack, you're going to be the reason that you're not on the team anymore. So it just doesn't work that way. So I want this team to be in the best position to win these games. And right now, I feel like it's Taylor Heinicke. Is he a long-term solution? No. I mean, there's already rumors about Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, getting a rookie in here. I'm all for getting better quarterback play because the rest of this team is like, they're ready to go. You got talent all over this team that's ready to go. There's no reason why this team is in the situation that they're in, looking up at the playoffs. They should be running this division. But you swung and missed on the quarterback, Coach Arthur Smith, and now we're in a situation where we got to deal with this situation where Taylor Heinicke, with the ankle injury, who's been limited in practice, has to go out there and play against a Bears team that has a damn good pass rush. And if things go wrong quickly, we may see number 9 out there again. And at that point, I'm not telling you to cut off the TV and not watch the games anymore. But what's the reason to watch? You know what I mean? No, what's the reason why? Yeah, I still want the team to win, but Do you have faith in Desmond Ridder winning these next 2 games if something happened to Taylor Heinicke? Honestly, I mean, let's be honest. Do you have that faith? I mean, if you do, man, more power to you. I think Desmond Ridder may can win us 1. Maybe can win us 1, and that's against the Saints. Because the Saints they're just not as good defensively as what the Bears been showing the last few weeks. And I think he has a chance to make something happen against them. But outside of that, I mean, that's just a chance. It's not definitive. With Taylor Heinicke, I think he can beat both teams. And just because he's a step above better than Ridder, not because he's like this quarterback that's just going to be our franchise guy. No, it is what it is. But this is what happens when you whiff on the quarterback. And another thing before I get out of here, I would have thought that a lot of fans would have realized this when Matt Ryan was gone. These quarterbacks don't grow on trees, man. You look at some of these teams, like look at Joe Burrow. Look what Cincinnati had at quarterback before Joe Burrow came. Look how long it's been for them to have a franchise quarterback before Joe Burrow came. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs, even with the stopgap with Alex Smith. Look at what they had before Patrick Mahomes. Look what they had before Alex Smith. You know what I'm saying? Look what they had before. It takes a long process to get a franchise quarterback. Even before Ben Roethlisberger, he had a great career. Look what they had before him. And then now he's gone and look what they're dealing with. Do I need to talk about the Patriots? You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, you just got to understand, like, people, you know, Matt Ryan's gone now, and now look at the quarterback situation. This team will look phenomenal with the Matt Ryan. And I know Matt Ryan was pretty much done, but I'm just saying, when you leave from one franchise quarterback that's been in your stable for 10, 11, 12, 13, 17 years, and you got to replace that, the Packers got lucky with Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. They got lucky. And even after all of that time, they got 2 Super Bowls out of it. Out of all of that time with those 2 great quarterbacks, they got 2 Super Bowls out of it. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think. Taylor Heinicke, he's going to be limited in practice. Hopefully he'll be able to go at 100%, but that does cause for concern. What if something happens to him? You see Desmond Ridder out there, something could be, I mean, that wouldn't be good. But it is what it is, man. I still want this team to win out and let the chips fall where they may. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Once again, let me know if you guys want this show to be on in the morning or in the evening like I've been doing it now. I notice a lot of people listen or watch the show in the morning. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. VF Baller is my X handle, and the website's firstandfriendlies.com. If you want to support the show, CashApp, PayPal links are below, and I really appreciate you guys. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy and be blessed. Peace.